Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Hey, it's Wayne with HaveToFlip.com. It's down here. It's Thursday. I get my breakfast all ate. Figured I'd multitask. I'll eat and drink while I do my YouTube because it's when it's scheduled. It's been crazy. Not too bad today. I've already had to call eBay this morning. Tried to fix one of my features. Somehow I ended up in classic mode on my store and everything looked like crap. The old blue bar, and it really looked like eBay 1990. So I had to call them and get that all figured out. The lady was real nice. She totally understood exactly what I wanted. Oh, when they did a switch of the new store, they screwed a bunch of stuff up, I guess, and everybody's trying to go in and fix it, ending up into the classic mode just like I was, and then getting stuck in there. And it's in a totally different area where you wouldn't even think it would be to get it fixed. Think you'd be in with the managed store? Nope. It's inside managed markets. Crazy. I was happy. She got it fixed. I searched forums and everything and couldn't find nothing. So today we're gonna start measuring and stuff some of the stuff that we got from the last Goodwill trip, plus the bins. This mess that you see over here, I'm actually going to start prepping a death pile. As funny as that sounds, I'm definitely going to start hoarding clothes. Tomorrow, one of our local churches is going to have a rummage sale, so I'm hoping that they're going to have a bunch of clothes that I can pick up. So what I want to do is I want to have every season on hand. I don't want to have to rely on finding the certain season. I want to be always 6 months ahead. Even though I'm going to try to get out of clothes, not fully, but volume-wise. My second store, which I've 100% designed around high volume, is doing really well. A lot better than my first store. So constant sales every day, multiple sales every day. And the material that I have in that store is readily available. So unfortunately, I don't want to go that route because of just sheer storage, but I am 100% going to start moving stuff out of store 1 and putting it in store 2 of that average sale material, and make sure that store just runs smooth, and start working on store 1 and getting it where it needs to be, because right now it's not. So that's exciting. A lot more moving. I thought I was done with that. I didn't think I was going to move anything else over there, but I think I'm going to end up moving a bunch over there, to the point where I'm not sure that my second store isn't going to go anchor before my first store. So I'm going to do a big shift over and wait to release it. It's a lot of the stuff that isn't selling already, so there's no reason to push it over there and push it right out and pay for it all. I know it's not moving quickly. Having it with the volume of other items of similar, I think will definitely help them move. I'm trying to make sure that the type of person that's coming to my store, one, is a certain type of person, and the people who are coming to my second store are looking for everything that's the exact same pretty much inside there. So it's more my bargain deal, high mover, lower ROI items all together. And it seems like right now that's what people want, is a great deal. So I'm having them offer. I'm working back through all my old stuff, like I've said before, and moving that down to 25%. I probably did 50 of them. 3 of them sold, of the ones that I modified. So it's definitely what needs to be done. So I'm gonna get a tote done down here and then get up there, and I'm gonna continue working on all my old listings and get them where they need to be. As I start putting in new items and new categories, the amount of categories that I have, I ended up, I think it was, I'm selling out of roughly 68 categories right now in my first store. So I definitely want to fine tune that down right now as I rebuild it. I don't want to call it rebranding because I'm going to keep the same brand, but the material that's in the store is coming out. New material is going to come into the store as a new feel, new look. So I want to make sure I start focusing on certain categories heavily, because it seems to be working on my store too. My store too has a lot of different categories that I'm selling in, but every category is under the same category, women's clothing. So everything in that is 100% women's clothing. And I have it broke down just like you would find the eBay categories in my store categories. And then I also have every size. So if you're size 12, you can actually go to size 12, and everything in my store size 12 is in that. I definitely want to try to make it more of a store friendly environment than searching, so that once you start buying from me, you know where to go, and that a few clicks and everything that's for you is there. So I really worked on that one before I even started it, because I had some experience for my first one, but I definitely want to move a lot of the practices that I'm doing in my second one over to my first one, and that's a lot of cleanup. So it isn't like I haven't rambled this for the last week. You know, I'm sure you guys are sick of it. So what I did do is, with the new way that I'm going to do inventory, I always numbered or lettered mine. There's a letter and then a corresponding number, because at first I never thought I would get through A through Z, and now I'm in my fourth set of alphabets. So what you can see right here is my fourth set. So that's A, B, C, and D on the top, and then on and on. So I don't have much room after that. I mean, that's my wall. So that's the last set of my fourth alphabet. I can go D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L. After that, I don't know what to do. So what I do want to do is I wanted to get into smalls, and a lot of the problems that I was having with letter and number combinations means other things, and I don't want it to get confusing. So all my new goods that are coming in that aren't clothing, I'm going to go to a 100% numbering system, because it hasn't as much to do with branding as clothing does. I'm going to end up putting that number system up front. So I did a breakdown. Let's see if I can get it so that the color's right. The breakdown of what it's actually going to be. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I had everything set for a larger facility so that I didn't have to turn around and go back through everything again. So you have your aisle, how many bays down it's going to be, what shelf that's actually going to be. On the shelf is split into multiples, so there could be 1 to 9 sections on that shelf. There could be multiple bins within this number. So on this section 1, I could have a stack of 3 bins, and within that bin there's locations within the bin. So I can pull bin 3, and I know the 14th item inside that is what I want. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I am going to do individuals. With my clothing, I have every one of them assigned that bin section, this right here, down to my exact. So like this is W08. That is one piece of clothing. Inside these bins, because it's going to be so small, I'll end up having 300 or 400 of those tags within a section. So what I plan on doing is probably putting like 10 items in one of those. So if I have bin 3, section 14, I'm gonna have to thumb through 10 of them to verify what that item is. But it still narrows down. Instead of looking through 100 items to find the one, I'm only looking through those 10. I want to try to get into smaller goods just because of the space right now, and the last thing I want to do is go through 1,000 bags of, let's say, keyboard letters trying to find the correct W. So I'm definitely breaking down everything that I can possibly break down before I even start, so that I don't end up having to go back and rechange everything. I ended up with my clothing doing that with one tote. After one tote, I quickly knew how fast the tote's going to fill up and how many I'm going to end up having to have. So first tote right away, I fixed it. We went on. This time I've created my whole inventory system first before I even brought in an item. So I have my first shelf there. Of course, it's aisle 1, shelf 1, bin 1. So my first letters are going to be very stationary until I actually get into a facility where I can split it up better. So super exciting, super boring. Sorry. Again, most of the time I just do this so that I can log my brain. It's just a big mental dump for me. So I can keep myself on track. I'm glad some of you guys enjoy it. I definitely would do anything you guys would want to know and how I'm doing it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll try to get to them right away. If you have any suggestions of some of the videos you'd like to see, just let me know, and I'll show you my chaos and how I do it. So until tomorrow, guys, later. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end, and here we are. So if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to continue to follow my journey, make sure you subscribe. So until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. Good night. Goodbye. See you later. Toodaloo.